This is Viewpoints Explained. I'm Ebony McMorris. Is an apology enough to make up for America's violent past? President Biden has recently apologized for the American government's role in the abuse and neglect of thousands of Native American children. Starting in the early 1800s, the U.S. set out to forcibly assimilate these kids by taking them from their families and shipping them off to boarding schools. Over the course of more than 150 years, at least 19,000 children were sent to these federal schools. Nearly 1,000 of them never made it out alive. Initial reports from 2022 estimate that at least 50 schools had burial grounds. Children were stripped of their heritage, culture, and language while often suffering from extreme abuse. Reports show that many children faced malnutrition, hard labor, and beatings. When first entering the schools, students were given a new name and forced to give up their indigenous clothing and hairstyles. Some families chose to send their kids to these boarding schools in hopes of a better future, but in doing so, a few schools forced the parents to give up full custody of their children. Those who refuse could face severe punishments, including imprisonment. President Biden's statement is the first time the U.S. government has formally apologized for these atrocities. He announced that it was a sin on our soul and that this recognition is long overdue. While it was well received by the community, some Native Americans believe this to be just the start of America's attempt to make amends. They want more concrete actions, such as returning stolen land and fulfilling treaty obligations. And that's Viewpoints Explained for this week. More in a moment.